Welcome back, macro students, for Module 47, which is called GDP, which stands for Gross Domestic Product. GDP is another word phrase that you hear all the time when anyone's talking about the economy. And when we have mentioned economic growth, well, if we have economic growth, it means that our GDP is increasing. And you will hear people and politicians, people on the news say something like, "Oh, we had economic growth of 2% this year." Well, that means that GDP increased by 2%. So we hear this term all the time. It is important that we know what it means. So let's go through this. Gross domestic product. A lot of times we see that word gross and we're like, why in the world are they using the word gross to talk about something with the economy? Well, gross doesn't just mean, ew, that's icky, like that kind of gross. Gross also means total. So we're going to write that in there. Gross means total. Domestic is the opposite of foreign. Foreign means it is outside of the country or from outside of the country. Domestic means inside the country. It also means inside the house. So, unfortunately, when we hear the word domestic, we often think of domestic violence. Well, domestic violence is violence that occurs inside the home. But the term domestic can also mean in the country, the opposite of foreign. So in the country, opposite, I'm going to zoom in for you guys, kind of small, opposite of foreign. Sometimes politicians will say things like, "I will solve all of your problems, both foreign and domestic," meaning like both from outside the country and from inside the country. All right, and product. We're used to that term by now, right? Product. It's another term for goods and services, or like I like to say, stuff. So product, that would be goods and services, or stuff. Okay. So for GDP here, we have the definition as the total value of all final goods and services produced in a country, meaning like in an economy, in a year. They usually measure GDP in that terms of a year. The super technical definitions will say given a certain time frame, but we usually mean it by a year. Now, this definition right here is something that you need to know, that you need to memorize, that you will be using that definition when you go back to when you're doing when you're figuring out problems and scenarios, you'll be going back to that definition. So it's something you need to know. Okay. Now, I might say to you, "What is GDP?" And you'll be like, "Gross domestic product." Well, I don't want you to tell me what G and D and P stand for. What I want you to tell me is this definition, that GDP is the total value of all final goods and services produced in a country in a year. You'll need to know that. GDP is a number. It's a dollar figure. And we'll see on page 2 of our notes that GDP in the US for 2019 was around $21 million. So what that means is that the United States produced $21 million worth of goods and services in the year 2019. That's a lot. All right, so there are some terms in here that we need to know. So it mentions final goods. We'll need to know that one. And let's talk about that right now. So there's 2 types of goods, final goods and intermediate goods. Final goods, that is like what you can go to the store and buy. It's new products sold to the customer. Anytime you go to a store and you buy something, you're buying a final good. With the exception of, let's say that you're a business owner, and let's say my stepdad. So he buys logs, and he turns those logs into boards that people like put on their house for siding or on their floors, stuff like that. Now, When my stepdad buys those logs, they are not final goods. They are what are called intermediate goods because he is going to change those logs and resell them again as boards. If it's going to be resold again as a new product, then it will be an intermediate good. So it says here, new product sold to a business that will sell it again to a customer. Notice it says here, new products. If it's sold as a used good, that's different. Okay, so GDP is an attempt to measure our economy, and they do that by measuring all of these final goods that were produced. Now let's take the example of eggs to try to figure out the difference between a final good and an intermediate good. Now I'm just a lady, I'm a teacher. If I go to the store and I buy some eggs, I am not going to resell those eggs. I don't, like, that's it, right? I'm not going to resell them. I'm going to eat them. I might feed them to my family. I might have friends over again someday after the pandemic, right? So new products sold to the customer. The example there, we can write our eggs I buy to eat. But let's say there's a baker out there who owns a bakery and they buy a bunch of eggs and they're going to take those eggs and add them to other stuff and make a cake. Well, when the baker bought those eggs, those were intermediate goods. And then when the baker made the cake and then is going to sell the cake, that is the final good. So we can write here, eggs a baker buys to put in a cake. Now, here's a trick question. What if I bought some eggs and I used those eggs to bake a cake and then I gave that cake to my neighbor? Would those eggs be final goods or intermediate goods? They would be final goods because, one, the government doesn't know what I did with the eggs. Like, I don't have a bakery business or anything like that. So even if, like, I don't personally eat the eggs, they're not going to be a part of the GDP, which is a number that the government measures. All right, so here we have a question. So why don't they count intermediate goods? All of these intermediate goods are not counted in GDP. Well, again, we have to go back to our definition. And we have to go back to the reason why they figure out the GDP. Like, why do they spend so much time each year figuring out how much stuff, how many goods and services the United States produced that year? Well, they're trying to measure the economy. And they're trying to measure what got produced. They're trying to measure what got produced, what got made. Well, they don't want to measure the same egg several times because only one egg, like an egg is an egg, it's one. And they don't want to count that egg multiple times every time it gets sold because an egg will get sold several times before it gets to the final product, right? Like the farmer might sell the egg to the grocery store and the grocery store would then sell the egg to the baker and then the baker is going to sell the egg to the customer. Like that single egg gets sold a bunch of times. So they don't want to measure how many times it gets sold. They want to measure the egg. Therefore, they do that by only counting the final product. So why are intermediate goods not included in GDP? What we just described is the idea of double counting. And they don't want to measure / count the same thing more than once. They only want to measure what was produced, what was made. So GDP only measures what was made / produced. So when I write double counting here, what I mean is they don't want double counting. They do not include intermediate goods because they want to avoid double counting. All right, we're going to take a pause here and we'll start with part 2 of our video.